What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to start off with the biggest change, the obvious one, the graphics overhaul. Bioware has referred to this as modernizing the experience. All three games now run in full 4K, 60 frames per second, and have HDR support. It's a massive jump up from the original, and we couldn't be happier. All textures got up-resed by a minimum of 4 times across the board, some even all the way up to 16 times. Characters and armors were all touched up by hand so they could focus on the detail much more accurately. Mass Effect 1 is getting the most attention by far. They're streamlining the menus and inventory, overhauling combat and vamping up the AI, to name a few. Bioware stated that they wanted to bring Part 1 up to par with the others, as you can see on the screen now. Among the combat updates is a fully revamped cover system, which will actually allow you to snap in and out like the other games. Improved aiming and aim assist tweaks, which will allow you to lock on better and even stay locked on while strafing. Bioware also confirmed that the camera will push back some during combat to give you a wider view of the field. There is also now a dedicated melee button and a full rebalancing/tuning of the weapons across the trilogy, but definitely more so in Part 1. They've also removed class-based weapon restrictions and aim penalty. You still can't train in weapons your class doesn't specialize in, but you can use them without penalties if you wish. Ally AI has been improved significantly, and now when you issue commands to them, such as to take cover, they'll actually obey and, take cover and not just stand there and get gunned down. Enemy AI has also been improved as well. The Mako has received a complete overhaul to make it easier to control. Some other changes that they spoke about are as follows. In-scope aim smoothing, cover pass and AI improvements, rebalanced experience for the level 60 cap, a more consistent autosave, thank God, improved boss encounters, improved cooldown for first aid, and unified minigames across all platforms. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but originally the PC and the console versions of the game had different minigames. They will now have the same on both, though we don't yet know which one of the two is going to be the new standard. Bioware did, however, state that they are decreasing the difficulty and frequency of said minigames. The UI is now unified across all three games for a more complete experience. It's smaller and more streamlined with a much cleaner modern look, as you can see on the screen now. When you start the game, you'll get to a master menu where you can choose which game you wish to play. You can transition straight into the next game or go back to this menu, whichever you prefer. The Genesis comics are also included as well for those who wish to pick and choose their custom playthroughs. The character creator is now unified as well and has been overhauled, which will give you access to all new options and hairstyles for Shepard. This also includes the Femme Shep appearance as seen in Mass Effect 3. Since the beginning, Shepard canon has always been male. However, the female version gained quite a following to the point where Bioware finally decided to create an official appearance for her in Mass Effect 3. This appearance can now be used across the entire trilogy. Femsheps rejoice. This is great news, as she didn't exactly look awesome in part 1 and 2, but hey, to each their own. Face codes are back as well, so don't worry for those of you who spend hours creating that perfect look, or for those of us who simply suck at making custom characters, there's an option for you. You'll be able to share these online and with your friends like in the past. The speed has been improved as well, which will make the load time significantly faster and vastly improve frame rates. In the original Mass Effect, the infamous elevator rides would take almost a minute or more, whereas now they take about 10 to 12 seconds.
You ever miss those talks we had on the elevators?
No.
Tell me again about your immune system.
I have a shotgun.
Maybe we'll talk later.
Note that you can still watch the entire ride if you wish to for those who enjoy those idle conversations, or can now be skipped for those who don't.
So I'm the only one who misses when we used to chat in the elevators back on the Citadel.
Yes, because you're terrible.
The Legendary Edition will include all DLC packs from across all 3 games, including all outfits, weapons, promo packs, and story packs. However, Pinnacle Station is missing from Mass Effect 1 because the data was corrupted years ago, and sadly could not be recovered. This is not any new news, however, as it wasn't included in the Trilogy box set from almost 10 years ago either. It's sad, yes, but it doesn't really add anything other than fluff, so it could have been a lot worse, all things considered. Great news for PC players is the PC version will now have controller support, which is absolutely amazing. It'll have DirectX 11 support as well as an unlocked frame rate. Note that the Legendary Edition does not have ray tracing support, obviously, but it does have dynamic real-time reflections, which will add a whole new level of immersion to the series. Remember that this is a remaster, not a remake, so don't expect miracles. Bioware can only do as much as the engine will allow, and they pushed the games as far as they could without having to remake them all from scratch, which would have taken years instead of months, and honestly I doubt ever would have gotten greenlit. Also, don't expect any cut content to be added back in or story/plot changes either. Bioware has stated the entire point of this was to keep the game as close to the games we love as possible. The multiplayer isn't included with the Legendary Edition either, which we all already knew. However, they've made tweaks to the Galactic Readiness system so you can still achieve the ultimate ending and such without needing it. Bioware stated that the amount of time it would have taken to remaster the multiplayer just wasn't worth it, as a lot of it would have to have been reworked from the ground up. Maybe they'll release it as a standalone later on. Who knows? We all know Mass Effect 5 is coming, and with the new teaser trailer, it's right around the corner, probably within the next 1.5 to 2 years at most. So this is the perfect time for these games to be re-released, and now we can have all 5 games on a single platform. It also makes it easier for them to add in save file uploading for future games if they choose to do so. The teaser trailer for Mass Effect 5 definitely teases both the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies, which Mike Gamble has stated was intentional. This is leading a lot of people to believe that they will merge the 2 galaxies together, which would be absolutely awesome. Are you excited for this? Have you pre-ordered already? If not, what's holding you back? Let me know in the comments below, as I would love to discuss it. Anyways, that's all for this video, guys. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. Later.